Hello everyone, happy Sunday. It is our final flow together. Today's theme is what it's all about, our journey to find balance and alignment in our practice, our passions, our lives, and within ourselves. This practice today is designed to help you use all of the tools that you've learned this far as a holistic and fun approach to find alignment with what serves you best in this season of your life. Today's practice will also incorporate every single asana from our guidebook over the last 21 days. It's a little bit longer than our previous videos, and this is because it's geared towards helping you feel ready to attend an in-person full-length class, which is usually about 60 to 90 minutes. We're going to begin in our Sukhasana cross-legged position. So let's come to our comfortable seat. With the palms of the hands, you can gently move the fleshy bits of the bum away, root down through the sit bones, roll the shoulders down the back, sitting up nice and tall. Take a few minutes here to focus on your breath and arrive at this moment. Begin to deepen your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Take this quiet time to turn inwards, to reflect over the last 21 days of our journey together. Think about what you have accomplished so far, and maybe ask yourself what you would like to accomplish now in our last practice together. As you continue to be introspective, I'll take this moment to explain our pranayama practice or breathing technique, samavriti or equal part breathing, also known as box breathing. How it works is we'll inhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 4, exhale for the count of 4, and hold for the count of 4. All the inhales and exhales are going through the nose. If it helps, you can envision drawing your box. It might help you stay on track. So before we begin, let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose together and exhale out through the mouth like a sigh. We'll begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Great. Let your breath just come back to its natural rhythm here. Still grounding down through those sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. And at this moment of our practice, I invite you to set an intention for your final align practice. We are going to begin now in our tabletop position. So go ahead and come on to all fours, bringing the wrists directly under the shoulders and stacking the knees directly under the hips. Untuck your toes and just press into the top of your foot. We'll warm up our spine with a little spinal flexion in our cat-cow. Inhale. Tailbone draws up to reach the sky. Drop the belly, lift the chest, gazing forward. Exhale, movement originates from the base of the tailbone again, rounding down, tucking the chin to the chest. I encourage you to close your eyes here and synchronize your breath with your movement. You know what to do on every inhale and every exhale. Keeping it going, warming up the spine. And on your next inhale, we'll come back to a neutral spine or tabletop position. And we'll take our extended child's pose, Balasana. So we'll walk our knees open as wide as the mat, bringing the two big toes to touch in the center. Send the hips back and extend the hands out towards the front of the mat, melting the chest and the forehead down to kiss the earth. Holding steady here in our child's pose, taking a few more moments of quietness and introspection, coming back to our theme of align, remembering our breath and our intention, and thinking about what will serve you in this moment. On our next inhale, we'll come back up to our tabletop position. And from here, we'll walk our hands out just one step ahead of where they were. Tuck the toes under, and on your exhale, hinge the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. You can paddle out the feet here, starting to get a little mobility going in the ankles. And then we'll just settle in for a moment of stillness here in our down dog. So coming back to the alignment of pressing into all 10 fingers, upper arm bones, that top of our shoulder where our arm meets our shoulder socket. It's rotating outwards to either side, melting the chest back to meet the thighs, trying to expand our rib cage out left to right. Hips hinging up towards the ceiling, a bend in the knees if we need it, and heels pulling us to the back of the room. From your next inhale, we'll slowly begin to walk up the center line of our mat. We're not in a rush, so I encourage you to move very slowly here, stepping one foot in front of the next. And when we get to the top, our feet are inner hip distance apart. Have a nice generous bend in the knees. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthening the spine. And exhale to fold. Clasp your elbow in each hand and gently begin to rock side to side with a nice strong foundation. Imagining that the soles of your feet are rooting down like how a tree's roots spread out in the mud underneath. So it's really grounding you down through the sole of the foot. And each of your legs are heavy tree trunks holding you in place. And your upper body and your arms are like your branches and your leaves, blowing gently in the breeze. On your next inhale, just release the hands, keeping a big bend in the knees so everyone's hands can be on the ground. So a big bend in the knees here. Allow your head and your neck to release, to hang heavy. And on your next inhale, grounding down through the feet. So all four corners of the feet, weight is evenly placed throughout the foot. We'll slowly begin to roll it all the way up, stacking mindfully each vertebrae, one on top the other, as we come to our Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale and send both hands out either side, bringing them up overhead, palms together. Exhale to fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen the spine, just a halfway lift here, and exhale to fold forward. Plant the palms on either side of your feet and step it back to your downward facing dog. Pedal it out here if you need to. Awesome. On our next inhale, we'll sweep the right toes up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the right knee through the midline of your mat and plant it at the top of the mat. Inhale, rise up to your high crescent lunge, sweeping both hands up and overhead. Exhale, grow nice and strong in the right leg as we step the left foot up, one-legged Tadasana, bringing the hands to the heart or resting them on the hips. With the left hand, you can take your left foot and place it on the inside of your right thigh, coming to your tree pose. Again, friendly note, we're not placing the sole of the left foot on the knee. We can have it on the thigh, the shin/calf, or on the ankle. If your hands are on your hips, go ahead and bring them to prayer at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Find something inanimate to look at, something that doesn't move, something that can captivate your focus and help with your balance in your tree pose. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, you can inhale and grow your tree branches by extending your hands all the way up towards the sky, embracing a little wobble like the trees who blow in the breeze every day. Exhale, we'll bring our hands back to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Pick up the left foot and bring it back to our one-legged Tadasana. Beautiful. Take a nice big breath in, and on our exhale, we're going to step it all the way back to our high lunge and then pivot that left foot and plant it parallel to the short edge of your mat. Inhale, open up your arms, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Bending into that front knee. So front knee is stacked over front ankle and pressing into the outer edge of the left foot. Front hand is reaching forward. Don't forget about the back hand, very active and reaching to the back of the mat. We'll drop the left hand to the back of the left thigh, or yogi's choice, you can wrap it around the body if that feels better. Flip the right palms over and inhale the right fingertips up and back, reverse warrior. Keeping nice and strong, lower body here, front knee is still stacked over the front ankle. Inhale, we'll come back to our warrior 2, arms straight in the front leg and shift the rib cage forward. Exhale, lower the right hand to the inside of the right foot. You can grab your block, come to your calf, doesn't have to touch the ground, and extend the left hand up to the sky, Trikonasana. Front leg is nice and straight, pressing into the outer edge of the left leg. Inhale and cartwheel both hands down to frame the right knee, bending into the right knee. Pick up the left toes, step it back to your plank. Holding nice and steady here in your plank, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, hinge the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Awesome. From here, we're going to roll onto the outer edge of the right foot and the inner arch of the left foot, coming into our side plank. Feel free to pause the video here as you lower down onto your forearm if staying on your palm is too heavy for your wrist. Another adjustment here is if your legs feel a little unsteady, can't quite catch your balance, step your left foot up to the center of the long side of your mat, coming into a tripod side plank, giving yourself extra stability. Awesome. One nice full breath in. And exhale, send it back to your downward facing dog. Beautiful. On your next inhale, bring both knees down towards the mat, lowering them down, making sure that our knees are open about hip distance apart here. We'll walk our sit bones back, coming to rest in between the soles of our feet. Hero pose, Virasana. With your wrists, you can gently do some wrist circles, nice and slow, going one way, followed by the next. Awesome. On your next inhale, come back to your tabletop position and check in again with the alignment. Wrists under shoulders, knees stacked under the hips. From here, we'll hug the elbows in. Our knees are already lowered, so we'll simply lower our chest and chin. Exhale, release fully to the ground. Inhale to your cobra, bhujangasana. Exhale, press it up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we'll sweep the left toes up towards the sky. And exhale, bending the left knee, drawing it all the way through the center line of the mat. We'll plant that left foot in between our hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, rising up to our high crescent lunge, bringing both hands up and overhead. Nice and strong here in our high lunge. Left leg is growing nice and strong. And on our inhale, we'll step the right leg all the way up, coming to our one-legged Tadasana, bringing the hands to the hips or Anjali Mudra, prayer at heart center. From here, we'll take our tree pose, Vrikshrasana, and bringing the hands to heart if they're not there already. Again, pressing the right foot into the sole of the left thigh or the calf or the ankle, but never over the knee. Finding something that's not moving to look at, getting our gaze and our balance. When you're ready, you can inhale and extend your hands overhead, growing those tree branches. Still looking at our non-moving object for a little stability and additional balance. Pressing the sole of the right foot into the left thigh and the thigh back into the foot. Awesome. On our next inhale, we'll pick up the right leg. I was doing so well. And step it all the way back to our high lunge. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up, bringing them overhead, and we'll pivot the right foot and plant it parallel to the short edge of the mat. Bending into that front knee, we'll open up our arms, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Pressing into the outer edge of that right leg. Drop the right hand to the back of the right thigh, or again, yogi's choice. You can wrap it around your back if that feels better, and flip the left palm over. Inhale the left fingertips up and overhead, reverse warrior. Inhale, we'll bring it back to our warrior two. Straighten the front leg, shift the rib cage forward, and drop the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Extending the right fingers up towards the sky. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Awesome. Bending into that left knee, we'll cartwheel both hands down to frame the front foot and step the left foot back to your plank. Holding nice and strong in our plank for a full breath in. Exhale, hinge the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Preparing for our side plank here. We'll roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, inner arch of the right foot. Go ahead and step this right foot up to the center of the long edge of the mat, coming into your tripod side plank, just for some additional support. The right hand can either rest on the hip, or we can extend it up towards the sky, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Nice, strong side plank. Beautiful. Step that right leg all the way back and exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. On our inhale, we'll lower our knees down to the mat, coming to our tabletop, and we'll sit the hips all the way back, Virasana, hero pose. Again, do some wrist circles going one direction and reverse the circles going in the opposite direction. Awesome. On our next inhale, we'll come back to our tabletop position. Knees are already lowered, so you know the drill. Inhale to lower the chest and the chin. Hugging the elbows in. Exhale, release fully to the ground. Inhale to your Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under and press it up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. On our next inhale, we'll send our gaze up towards the top of the mat. Bend the knees and step or hop it up, keeping a nice big bend in the knees when we get to the top. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. And this time we're going to bring our sit bones all the way down to the ground as we heel toe our feet open, coming to our Malasana or yogi squat. So if it feels better for you to open up the feet first, heel toe them all the way out to either side of the mat, and then lower the sit bones down. You can bring your hands to prayer at heart center, the back of the triceps pressing into the thighs to open up the hips a little more. And I don't think that I've said this throughout our whole 21 days, but in the East where yoga was founded, it is said that if you can hold a malasana, a yogi squat, for 5 minutes a day, you are considered to be in optimum health. However, I'm not going to make you hold it for much longer. So take a nice deep breath in and exhale, using your hands, slowly lower the sit bones down towards the earth. Awesome. Bring the feet in front of you, planting the soles of the feet in front, and bring the hands to rest on the backs of the thighs. From here, we'll rock back until that point where we feel our core ignite. And then we'll either leave our feet flush onto the ground, come up onto the toes, or lift the knees all the way up, coming to our reverse tabletop. And when we found our Navasana, our boat pose, we'll release the hands, sending the palms facing up towards the ceiling. Getting a little abs going. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the toes down to the mat, tuck the chin into the chest, wrap the arms around the legs and bring the head to rest in between the knees. Take a breather. Awesome. On your next inhale, just come all the way up to seated, and we'll extend our feet all the way out in front of us. Again, using the palms of the hands, you can move the fleshy bits of the bum away, rooting down through the sit bones, anchoring down through the backs of the thighs, the backs of the calves. Heels are grounding down, sending the toes up towards the sky. Feet can be very active here, so flex the toes if that feels good. Inhale, we'll send both hands out either side, bringing them all the way up overhead. And exhale, we'll fold forward. Again, we're here for a couple breaths, just cooling down, slowing down the heart rate, winding down. We're coming to the end of our final practice. So it's not quite as long as a full hour in class, but we did touch on all of the important things. We did our pranayama. We did 21, more than 21, but 21 of our poses. And we are going to finish up with a few more poses, a shavasana, and a beautiful meditation by Jasmine. On your next inhale, take a full breath in. Fill up your rib cage. And exhale, we'll slowly roll back up to seated. From here, scoot your sit bones a little bit closer towards the top of your mat, planting the soles of your feet in. Just make sure you have enough room behind you to lower down, and once you're confident that you do, with the help of your hands, just slowly lower your back flush to the mat. From here, again, checking in with the alignment, preparing for our bridge pose. So our feet are open about hip distance apart here, and we are grounding down through all four corners of the feet. So pressing away from the earth with our feet. And once we press into our feet, we should feel a slight little lift in the low back. Inhale the arms up to robot arms, pressing into the backs of the triceps. And when we press into the backs of the triceps, we should feel a slight little lift in the mid to up back. Great. On our next inhale, pressing into the feet, pressing into the back of the triceps and the back of the head, we'll slowly lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Squeezing the thighs together, lifting the hips as high as we can. Interlace the hands behind the back, drawing the shoulder blades together and lifting those hips even higher, pressing away with the feet, squeezing the thighs together. Awesome. Take a nice big breath in, and as you inhale, just release the hands from behind you, making sure that nothing is in your way. And then on your exhale, you can lower your back down one vertebrae at a time. When you get flush to the ground, just hug both knees into the chest. Maybe gently rock side to side and massage the low back. Awesome. From here, we'll extend the right leg all the way down, hugging the left knee in, and we'll send that left knee all the way over to the right. And release the left hand out to the side, bringing both arms down to a T. The top of the right hand can gently pull down on the left thigh just to deepen the twist. And again, just a note on what we're doing here for our body and how this pose is serving us. This twist, this laying down twist, counterbalances what we just did in our bridge pose, that deep back bend. It simply makes sure that our spine is in healthy alignment so that we don't injure ourselves. So on our next inhale, we'll bring both knees back up to center and again gently rock a little side to side. This time we'll extend the left leg all the way down, extend the left arm out to the side, and when you're ready, bring that right knee all the way over to the left and extend the right arm back down. Gazing over to the right, the opposite direction of where our foot is going. And again, another alignment check here. You may want to grab some pillows or some blocks to lift that left knee off of the ground and ensure that both shoulders are flush to the mat. Awesome. On your next inhale, bring both knees back into the center. Rock a little side to side. Massage the low back. Great. From here, we'll peel the nose up to meet the knees, wrapping the arms around the legs, bringing yourself into the smallest possible ball you can get into, squeezing tight. Maybe you kiss yourself on each knee and tell yourself how much you love yourself and you're proud of yourself for completing this practice. And whenever you're ready, just release the head and the neck and the shoulders back down to the mat. Release the legs all the way out, flush to the ground. Open them up as wide as the mat. Draw the shoulders down the back, letting the hands fall wherever feels comfortable. And allowing yourself this few moments here in our Shavasana to completely let go. To release. We're not focusing on holding anything, on gripping anywhere, just releasing. Awesome. On your next inhale, just gently bring the awareness back into the body. no matter where your mind has wandered to. Begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And take a nice deep breath in, maybe the fullest, deepest breath you've taken all day, and extend the hands up overhead for a full body stretch. Stretch it out in your feet. And when you're ready, just come to a fetal position on the right side, letting your head rest on the top of that right arm and bringing the left hand to just press gently on the mat or the earth beneath you. Taking a moment here in our fetal position to honor our practice, our progress over the last 21 days, to honor ourselves, nourishing our inner child, and doing the damn work. When you're ready, just gently press into that left hand and let it help you come all the way back up to a comfortable cross-legged position, keeping the eyes closed if you can. It has been my deepest and truest honor and pleasure to be a part of your journey for the last 21 days. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to walk with you through this journey. I am so proud of all of your progress, even if we think we fell off the wagon or didn't give it our all. I'm so grateful for you. Please stay here in your comfortable cross-legged position, and Jasmine is going to lead us through a beautiful meditation to end out our 21 days of Align. And just a little note, nice little love note to end our sessions together. Please remember that with every end is a new beginning.
Hello and welcome to your third and final meditation for this course. I know that the theme this week is dedicate, and so my interpretation of that is this concept of always dedicating ourselves to becoming the highest version of ourselves, connecting to our intuition, connecting with, this idea that we can always learn and expand a little bit more, knowing that of course we are 100% enough as we are, but also knowing that we can dedicate ourselves to a higher purpose and to this idea of always growing, always learning, always trying to show up more fully. So that is the intention behind this practice today. And with that, we'll begin right away. So beginning to come into a comfortable position for yourself if you haven't already. And then once you get there, letting the eyes close. Always choosing a position that serves us, that feels good. And taking these initial moments to just connect with our body and our breath as a whole. So checking in with how we're feeling, how things are going. Our emotional and physical states, both super important. So just bringing some awareness to them. And then I'll invite you to take a deep inhale. And then to let it go when it feels good through your mouth. Doing that 2 more times, just slowly extending the length of your breath so that each one is just slightly longer than the last if you can. welcoming in fresh oxygen, and embracing that feeling of letting go, of releasing with each exhale. And then once you finish those 3 rounds, just letting your breath return to its natural rhythm, and inhale and exhale through the nostrils that feels good to you. Checking in to ensure that there's no tension in our face, letting go of any expression. Maybe letting our mouth open a little as we let our jaw unclench and our tongue come to rest in a comfortable position in our mouth. Always letting our shoulders drop down away from our ears. It's an area we hold so much tension. Resting your arms, your palms, putting them somewhere comfortable. And embracing gravity through our back, our hips, and our legs. Breathing in and letting go. And as I said today, I really want you to connect with your higher self. So begin to visualize your highest self. And this highest self is who you are without any external noise. Who you are without any external opinions or beliefs. Letting those drop away. It's who you are without the feelings of overwhelm and stress and worries of everyday life. Our highest self is always within us. It's always accessible to us, and it's always trying to connect with us. Trying to communicate and remind us of what's really important in our lives. What we came to earth to experience and share. And often, because we are so connected and bogged down by the noise of the external world and these outside opinions and perspectives, with our very busy and stressful lives, we can lose touch with this inner knowing. So today, let's just try to connect with our intuition a little bit, our higher self, recognizing and reconnecting with who we are when all of these other external things fall away. So I want you to bring your awareness to your heart space, to your chest. Beginning to visualize a bright glow form around your heart. Maybe the glow is a yellow color representing warmth and openness. Or maybe it's another color, it doesn't matter. What matters is that this light is filling you with light and warmth and space so that there's no longer room for anything else that doesn't serve you. Breathing into the space with each breath, bringing in a little bit more light, feeling the light, seeing the light expand. And each exhale allowing you to release anything that you don't need, allowing you to sink a little bit more into this space and to deepen that image of what your higher self looks like and who that higher self is, letting everything else drop away. Simply noticing what it feels like to connect with that version of you, what it feels like to begin to let the worries of the external world, the opinions of others drop away. And in this stillness, you can hear the messages that are really on your heart, really on your soul. So simply begin to ask yourself, what's really important? What's on your heart? And where do you want to focus your energy a little bit more moving forward? Simply seeing what comes up. As you sit here and explore for just a couple more moments. And then inviting in a deep inhale through your nostrils. Letting that breath leave through your mouth. And as you begin to come out of this meditation, just recognizing that that higher self is always accessible to you. It's always available to you. And of course, you cannot control what happens externally, and that will always play a part in our lives. There are always things that are outside of our control. But whenever we can connect with ourselves, whenever we can go inward and remind ourselves why we're here, what is truly important to us, and how it feels to connect with that inner knowing, that intuition, then doing so, because it is so, so powerful. So you can invite in one last deep breath if you like, one last exhale through your mouth. And then you can begin to allow yourself to come out of meditation. So wiggling your fingers and toes, letting any visualization drop away. Beginning to reconnect with your space. And then whenever you're ready, opening up your eyes, maybe journaling, and going about the rest of your day. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your practice over these last 3 weeks. I hope it was helpful for you, and I know how much this course is really going to impact us all. So I'm very appreciative that I was able to be a part of it. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.